I'm imagining all sorts of imaginary numbers right now. Hmm? Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing, you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Me defeat Robo Bug. You next.
Whoa, did I leave that on? I thought I'd powered it down. Was wondering what was causing the power outages.
What this?
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
Why you steal brain?
Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. Anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition.
Why this problem?
I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. I have very good reasons for almost everything I do. Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh, well.
Me want to leave.
Now, that seems to be rather hormonal of you. Flight or fight response, you know. Hard to cut that out completely. Your brain is here, safe with me. We chat over mentats.
Me curious about things.
Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Or maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
I'm just gonna read these out loud instead of trying to translate them to dumb speak. You don't seem aggressive. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
Okay.
I find things curious as well.
What about the Robo-Scorpions?
Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts.
Well. Oh. Wait, it sounds like you built the Robo-Scorpions. They shoot threats to keep the think tank occupied.
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or, conscience? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the reasons better than I do.
Everything you told me doesn't add up. Your plan, even your name, Mobius.
Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I, although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
How about, let's see. I need my brain back.
Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
Well, bye.
Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat, then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. I'm really disappointed they didn't rewrite this to involve how low my intelligence is. Well, let's talk to my own brain.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
Cool, I can talk to my own brain. Can my heart and spine talk too?
Yes. Well, you do know that those particular organs don't have neurons and are thus incapable of speech. Yes?
Brain, you seem awful smart all of a sudden.
I've been bettering myself, I'll have you know. I've been reading. Actual literature, mind you, not that La Fantôme or Tales of Chivalry drivel. I've been studying the classics, acquiring a solid grounding in medicine and the sciences. Also, I'm fairly certain this tank has been liberally salted with ground mentats.
All this smart talk is hurting my head. Please stop it.
Well, we certainly wouldn't want to strain your comprehension, would we?
Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Actually, yes, I would love a cookie.
Is this really what I have to look forward to?
Why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got a shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Hmm? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
Of course you're responsible. You're my brain.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
I'm glad I have the medicine for this, but you're the source of most of those glands, unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Admit it, you're just as glandular as I am.
Oh, all right. Perhaps I am, but at least I'm logical about it.
How the hell did Mobius get a hold of my brain?
After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome.
How do you manage that?
I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though.
Well, that seems like a pretty unlikely coincidence.
Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it.
Well, that answers that. On to something else.
Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied.
Don't you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
I can see your point. What can I do to make this a fair compromise?
If you want me back, we need to establish some ground rules. First, showers! Second, regular checkups. Regular, mind you, and from a reputable doctor. Third, you need to listen to me more than your hormonal choir and genitalian orchestra. Promise me that, and you've got a deal.
Well, if you like being stuck in there so much, maybe I'll just leave you.
Oh no, please don't leave me here in this nice, safe dome where I have access to nutritive fluids and a fully indexed library. Please don't deprive me of being dragged through a landscape so bleak it was actually improved by the end of the world. I don't know how I could bear it.
Let's see. What would happen to me if I left you here?
Let me see. I suppose you'd continue on much as you are now, using that synthetic thinking machine to do the heavy lifting. Unless, of course, the batteries run out. But that seems unlikely.
And if I put you back?
I'm not entirely sure. I suppose there's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us. What form that might take, though, I cannot say.
Well, fine, you can stay here. Not like I need this hassle.
Oh no, you don't need this hassle. You're too busy treating your body like a canvas of sucking flesh wounds to deal with your brain.
Yep.
Good, go!
Bye.
Fine!
Great.
I know it's great.
Well, so long then. I'm going back to the think tank. They promised to let me out.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
Then let's go make them share. Come on, brain, it's stomping time.
Oh, lovely. We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program. Tell me, what exactly are you, and I use the word loosely, planning?
Let's see. Unarmed. I'm gonna show them even a video screen can get a black eye.
Not much of one for the high-tech approach, are we? Well, I suppose we'd best get on with it.
I'll handle the brains. You stay here. You'll be more useful outside my head.
That arrangement suits me fine. Do try not to get too many holes drilled in your head, will you? I may want to drop by for sentimental reasons. Right then. You'd best be off, hadn't you? The think tank will be waiting. No, don't worry about me. When you're gone, I'll flush myself over to the sink. It's amazing how far you can get in this place with a good flush. I'll keep myself hidden in the ductwork. Klein won't suspect I'm inside the dome, so he won't know the pacification field no longer works on us. I can also upgrade the sink's autodock with the procedures to reinstall your heart and spine, assuming you want all that flesh and gristle back. With any luck, I'll see you in the sink when this is all over.
I'm imagining all sorts of imaginary numbers right now. Oh, I see you and your brain reached a compromise. How pleasant. I hypothesized after the indignant frequencies my receptors had recepted, such a partnership-based conclusion would be low on the likely scale.
Let me see. My brain told me a think tank needs to be stopped. Can you help?
If I recall, I had a plan that was working, whatever it was. I don't think it reached fruition. I would recall fruit if it had happened. I wasn't trying to kill them, just keep them out of trouble. What was that plan? Blast. I probably wrote it down on the floor somewhere.
What was the plan you had?
Something ingenious and needlessly complicated. I forgot I had forgotten pencils until one day I found one.
Okay, nothing new. Anything I could do to stop them that doesn't require violence?
Well, you could try and appeal to their humanity. That's a tired cliche. And really, when they were humans, they weren't very good humans.
I'd really, really like to kill them.
Well, if you're determined to go down that road, so be it. They will undoubtedly switch off the pacification field when you return.
Goodbye.
Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat, then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
Does he have equations on the floor? He doesn't. I was actually really hoping there would be his plan written on the floor somewhere, but it doesn't look like it. Ton of ammo over here. Since I ignore their dialogue entirely, then I can't really get the good ending. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to murder the shit out of them. Oh no! I've always been planning on murdering the shit out of them. Hell, I was actually trying to see if there was a dialogue option to murder the shit out of my own brain, but... as far as I can tell, no. Sucks, but whatever. I mean, it's not that big of a setback, just sucks a bit. Would have been funny. Would have been funny as an option to just, stranglehold my brain. You know, have some, like, real dumb options here and there. There are plans on the floor if you have mods for it, of course. Mods for everything. Oops, wrong direction. What's the other side objective we have? Oh, the medical facility. For reasons. Don't know. Let's go to the think tank. Why not level up to repair him? If I can complete this, I think I might be able to level up. You can always come back here, too, which is kind of nice. Make sure we've prepared. I have prepared. Hello!
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
You may have noticed the pacification field is down. Guess what happens now?
A fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I've... Ah! Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack!
Punch! Punchy punch! Punch!
I will blast you back to 2060.
Dr. O is durable. Okay, where's the next one? There it is.
Attack in the dome! From beyond the dome!
Okay, let's go for the ranged attacker. There goes Dr. Dala. And then all we have left is this fellow.
Attack in the dome! From beyond!
There we go. Damn, these guys are loaded. Alright, let's get those 2 points into repair. After this, survival is tempting. You can flat out pretend to be Dr. Mobius in your body, and it's really funny. Aww. Oh well. I don't think I had the speech skill for that. I could try it, though. Well, do we get the Explorer perk? Yeah, you need 100 speech to pull it off. Yeah, that ain't happening. Let's see. Crash test dummy? Let's get crash dummy. Let's see. Have I looted all of them? I don't think I have. It's Dr. Dala. Horace Klein. Dr. O. I don't think I looted Dr. 8. There we go.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome gained a frontier town feel with the few modules installed. They shouted at each other across the HQ occasionally, either threatening each other or announcing a discovery. It kept things lively. Secretly, the Sync Central Intelligence Unit was relieved that not all of the personality chips had been found. What was there was enough.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
As the courier ran through the X8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
We just took a drink from her canteen there, I believe.
The courier left the brain at the Big Empty. A strange thing to say, but it was the truth. Brains are less important than they may seem. When the courier's body finally passed, the brain was saddened. It kept on, remembering the vessel that had once contained it. Even at the end, when it started to fail, however, the brain resisted going into a floating chassis like the think tank. It never said why. Perhaps it was out of respect for the courier's body. All things must come to an end, and to hang on to the past is something that's not to be undertaken lightly.
The think tank basement, filled with lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The Sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Alright, so we've acquired Big Mountain Transportal Ponder. It's capable of transporting you and you alone between Mojave and Big MT. To return to the Mojave, just equip the Transportal Ponder. As you would any weapon, pull the trigger and away you go. Won't work in interiors or in combat situations. It's totally incapable of harming your enemies.
Yeah! Oh, yeah!
Might I be safe in the assumption that matters with the think tank have been satisfactorily concluded vis-à-vis your residence in this domicile?
It's
very
repair.
good, sir.
Because I didn't take that much damage, but I should probably repair some things. Holy shit. The amount of money that goes into maintaining my equipment is stupid. But honestly, mainly I think it's just my fist. That thing is, not listed here? Oh, it unequipped for some reason. Okay, sure, whatever. Probably because of the transportal ponder. Let's go back to weapons. I don't see it here. Is it under miscellaneous? That's worrying. Huh. There's a toaster Securitron mod. Oh, that's great. Have I missed it, or... Yeah, I don't see it here. Oh, there it is. Big Mountain Transportal Ponder. Okay, so I'm just gonna set it as 8. Yeah, let's just get out of here.
How's the body doing? Any fresh head wounds I should know about?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Brain's in here now.
Nice to see you back. I trust the adventuring is going well. Barring the unlikely event that I evolve some sort of rocket-propelled locomotion, I will be here.
That's weird. Alright. Oh, right. Can't do it while I'm inside. Fix up Mobius. Oh yeah, should go do that. Let's see. So let's go to Big Mountain. And let's go fix Mobius. If I'm capable of doing so, I assume I am. I was kind of hoping there would be an easier entrance to this, but that's okay. Oh, and there goes the game. Damn it. Yeah, let's go fix up Mobius. I'm pretty much at the end here, because I'm pretty tired. But we might as well go fix up Mobius, and then probably never come back to Old World Blues. I might come back to it as a location I can go back and forth between. But honestly, finish this one off, we'll move on. It was a fun DLC. I wish I had spent more time with it to, like, fill it out, but this character is very, very clearly not built around, half of the solutions. If we had the skills for it, I think it would be okay. But we're dumb as rocks, and honestly, this entire character build is based around the concept of punching the crap out of things, and pretty much not anything else. Which makes for a fun, interesting playthrough, but maybe not the deepest. But that's okay. I don't know. I just wish getting in and out of this place didn't suck. Yeah, there's Mobius there. Mobius!
I'm having the most peculiar feeling of déjà vu right now. That's French for, déjà vu, I believe. Have we met before?
Can't fix your monitor, but you're getting ghost reception. I can fix that.
The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon mentats break.
Well, bye.
Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat, then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
Alright, now let us flee this place and only ever return if I need to go shopping. Because as far as I can tell, I can just warp back. As long as I'm outside, I can warp to and from that place. Which means easy exploration. I mean, admittedly, I've already got some pretty hefty heals if I want them. Well, not even if I want them, just all I have to do is stand around for a little while. And I go back up to full health. But at the same time, we also get the nice little benefit of coming back here if we need to. For shopping and repair and stuff like that. And we're here. Oh, mole rat. It's how I sort of kind of really didn't miss you, but that's okay. We get all sorts of critters in this general area. And I should be able to just, like, demolish them one by one. Now. Like, we gained like 10 levels while we were in there. We are, substantially stronger than we were. Let's talk to this guy. Can I feed him some more? Nope, can't feed him. I don't know. Well, that's okay. Now onto one of the other DLCs? Yeah, we're probably gonna go up north. All the way up north. Up to the Northern Passage, and we'll do this DLC next. At this point, I think I could reasonably do most of the DLCs, but I think I might stay away from... What is it? This is Honest Hearts. There's one other one that's, like, really hard. Remember when mole rats were a problem? Mole rats were never really a problem. There were other ones that were a problem, but mole rats never really were. But yeah, so we'll probably do this one, and then I might go back to the main story, and then we'll go back and do the other two DLCs. Yeah, Dead Money. Whatever one that takes away all my shit, I want to stay away from that one. Because I think Honest Hearts and Lonesome Roads are... Lonesome Road and Honest Hearts are fairly easy. Fairly doable, but I heard Dead Money is a pain in the ass, and I'd like to wait for that one as long as possible. Oh hey, some Magnum rounds. Sweet business.